Tasted like a dirty burger.
Don't look.
Hey, welcome back. Thirsty Thursdays once again.
Yeah,
Beauty day in the prairie, as usual.
It's a very beauty day in the prairie.
It was very nice out, yeah.
Absolutely.
About 9 months of winter coming very shortly.
So with that, you realize we don't have our vests on. We did this once before.
Casual. Keeping it casual.
Casual Thursday. Every workplace has their casual Fridays. This is our casual Thursday.
Every so often, we'll just keep it casual.
If you're watching at home, take your pants off. Underwear optional. And
here, I'll join you. I'll undo a button here.
Oh, the button almost flew away.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, no, feel free to do that as we do this, and we will begin the... Oh, you're lighting, I get it. Okay, we have a Thursday taste test. That's what we're going to do. I got distracted with something else. But Thursday taste test.
Taste test time. What do we
Yes.
got? Is that triple T, hashtag triple T?
Hashtag triple T.
What are you doing down there?
It's so small, I can't find it.
Oh!
With that, we have the...
What do we got? I never know these things.
It's called the Farmery Beer.
Well, isn't
Right
that
there.
appropriate?
So, it's August. It's coming up on harvest.
Nipoa, Manitoba.
Manitoba beer, so support them. They're...
Nipoa.
And, yeah, it's an absolute... So we'll try it out first.
Try it out.
Let's review it before we talk about it. I've had it once. So...
Brewed with good old farmer common sense. Well, you can't fail with that.
Cheers to
Cheers.
a casual Thursday.
Yeah.
What do you figure?
It's not bad.
It's
Why is it
smooth.
everything you bring in here is not bad?
It's smooth for Manitoba, but surprise, surprise, these are made by farmers.
It's not a Pilsner though. Don't expect it to be a Pilsner.
Nope.
It's far from it.
Premium lager is what it is. You can see it right there, another label again. There's varieties too, so you might see it at your local liquor store, wherever you might be. Maybe not internationally if you're watching there, but in Canada.
Farmery.ca.
Well, link will be in the description. It might not be farmery.ca, but
No, that's what it says right there.
close to that. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, farmery.ca.
It is farmery.ca.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'll drink this.
Absolutely. So,
what comes with casual days? Casual Thursday.
this dates back to...
More
get
DJ
this.
stories.
Yeah, get this. This is week number 10.
Well,
We're double digits.
we're gonna Tarantino this back to a
Yeah.
previous date now.
To week number 5, which is halfway.
Really? Is that just a coincidence?
No, it is. I'm not joking.
This
So,
is why you plan these things and I don't.
I didn't... Yeah, we don't plan this at all.
Okay. Well, it's casual Thursday. We're gonna throw you some more DJ stories, part 2.
Part 2. DJ Stories Part 2.
So we my brother edits a lot of this out, but what do we got? The first DJ story from Robert was missed on the last one, so we're gonna recap that one. His first time out DJing. How'd that go for you? Apparently, I was there.
You were there, because I was 16 at the time.
You were that young?
Yeah, I just got my driver's license that summer. And so I drove to Saskatoon and we went to Watrous, Saskatchewan. So that was just shy of 10 years ago. It was like
It was
9.
in Watrous?
Yeah, at the Danceland Hall.
Oh, right. Yes.
Danceland Hall.
Yeah, because that's what Gil Campbell.
Danceland DJs again. Let's part 2.
Danceland DJs. Yeah, that's where Gil told me he got the name for his company.
Yeah, at the Danceland Hall.
Yeah,
And so we were DJing the show, and I've never DJed ever before prior to that. But at the end of the night, it's a pretty young crowd, pretty young groom and bride.
Mm.
And the bride, at the very end, we're packing up, ready to go. She always wants to play one more song. Just one more. We're like, well, we gotta go, it's late, we have another hour drive back.
This isn't Watrous.
This is in what? Yeah, so it's close to an hour. You don't remember that?
I do remember the slideshow prior to the whole thing started.
I don't remember the slideshow at all.
No, because I remember we got there. The guy is actually an ex-WHL player. You don't remember that? And they had long.
No.
It was a very long, drawn-out.
I remember the good part because this gets it.
That's a cheap shot at him. Yeah.
So at this part, the brides keep begging us for one more song, and we're like, well, we gotta go. It's already 2 in the morning. We got an hour drive, and she's like, I'll show you my boobs for one more track.
Really?
And we're both looking at each other just like this. Richard doesn't remember.
Hot bunny. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, 16. You're gonna say, yeah.
And so it turns out that she doesn't. But the thing is, though,
No, I would.
prior to that, she was on the dance floor and she's all tipsy and boozy. She's nice looking, like probably 25 and blonde and good looking, but
Yeah, she was not.
yeah, her Pamela Andersons were out and we saw them already, so we didn't miss out on anything anyway.
Well, I don't remember that.
No, it was pretty sloppy.
First time out DJing with his brother. That's what it is. You know.
It's like that every show.
So I'll share you a little story of my own now. That's Robert's first time out. And my one story I'll share with you is how I met my wife, Ashley. So I went out to Unity to DJ a show, and Ashley, you know, a friend of mine, Adam, and we'll just leave it at that. I won't say no last names. Adam, you know who I'm talking about. Adam Ant was there, and you know, he lined this whole deal up, so I went out there and I'd meet her and she'd come out and check out the gig while I did the gig and things, and I don't usually get a bad review, but she distracted the hell out of me. The next day I didn't get a bad review. But you know, I chalked that up to just the bride being jealous of my wife.
So were you working with Dance Line DJs at the time?
Yeah, I was still with Danceland. Boom, boom. Yeah, still with Danceland at the time, and Gil called me the next day and says, hey, you got a bad review. I said, I thought I did not terrible. Like, so, you know, DJ stories, they roll right into how I met my wife and where my life is today. I think there's a rhyme in there somewhere.
Yeah. There's your next song.
Yeah, DJ life and how I met my wife. There you go.
You do make music, don't you?
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
I try. You know, family man first, music man second. Talking about being a music man,
Yes.
how is it that got me into being a music man? You know, I used to spend hours, pretty much when we first moved to Cut Knife, and we stayed in this little tiny house while our family renovated the house we grew up in. And I'd just play Dad had this little disc track player and this little stereo, and I just listened to his albums over and over again. Yeah, so from that it went on to we finally moved in the house, and we used to throw on these band shows, and it was like I'd be on this toy lead guitar, Robert's banging on the drums, and just a couple pails upside down thing.
With the pillow, you don't want to make too
And
much
we had
noise.
a big staircase, and I was just jumping out, rocking out like I thought I was like the lead of Led Zeppelin or
Heather was the
or
lead singer, our sister
know,
Heather. She's
Aerosmith or something. She's just rocking the microphone, and you know, that's where the love of performing and doing the music thing come from.
So we talk about the early '90s and a wedding that our aunt had. And
Yeah.
what's your recollection on that?
My recollection of that was my auntie Ev. She married Uncle Gene. It was just something stuck out in my head. I guess I was a ring bearer. You know, we can snap a photo. Robert will put a little
There's a
photo
little right
up
there.
here.
Yeah.
I was a ring bearer, and what I recall from that was just, you know, dancing my heart off, rolling around in Dad's car, all decked out, just in my first suit, and just being the little slick fly guy walking around, just trying to really work in the crowd, getting everybody's reaction. I was probably close to 6 years old,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what I every time I still play like 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4. It just brings me back to that place and never
Bill
gets
Haley
it.
in the comics.
There you go. This guy knows his stuff.
I'm a DJ.
I'm just a guy that's there for a good time, eh? That's combined, though, we throw a good party. Once again, plug
Digital
it.
Keys DJs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good segue.
Yeah. Cheap plug it out there.
Yeah, that's a segue now.
So, you know, that'll roll into, I want to take a moment here and I'm going to cheers
This
to my
is
brother,
To
to Uncle Rick.
and we are uploading this today. This is Thursday. And it is his Memorial Day because he happened to pass away, unfortunately.
Yeah, suddenly it was pretty unexpected. And
So, as this video is uploaded, we are
Uncle Rick.
celebrating his life at this very moment. This is pre-recorded, as you can tell.
Yeah, but at this moment.
At this moment, this video is recorded.
We're in Edmonton at the Roslyn Center,
Yes, we're not live.
where the guy spent many hours contributing to his community, and he was a big hockey guy, and I was a big hockey guy. It's one thing I had in common with my
Absolutely.
uncle.
So let's tell a little story about hockey.
Yeah, he came out and watched me play one time, and that's.
A cut knife,
I
yeah.
felt a lot of pressure that time, and where'd that get me in the penalty box sitting next to him because Dad and him were working the clock, the score clock. But I don't know. I think I did pretty good, and
I remember
it took a
growing
lot.
up.
It took a lot to not impress the fellow.
I remember growing up, and he was always the Blackhawks fan, and I was always the Canucks fan. And so that 2009-2010 era, when Chicago always beat the Canucks, and he would always call me every spring. But I remember that spring of 2011 when the Canucks beat the Blackhawks that spring to go on to the next round, and I called Rick, and that was the only time I finally got a good nub at him, because Chicago knocked the Canucks off 3 years in a row prior to that.
You know, a big shout out to TJ, man. TJ, you were like the champion cousin of all the cousins. I looked up to you so much of everything that you were far ahead of the game on where we were coming out of the 90s into the 2000s with you just had your thumb on the button on all what was gonna be cool and what was cool and everything. It was like going to church when I hung around with TJ. I just listened to the gospel and what he had to say, and
It was,
it was in Uncle Rick's backyard. Your grandma's 65th anniversary. I think it's 61st birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a big party we threw in Uncle Rick's backyard, and he had everything, and the deviled eggs were flying around. I love those. And then TJ he's like, "What are you, 13, 14? You play hockey? Get this kid a beer." And we sat around and we talked about The Simpsons for like hours around the fire pit. And I'm like, this guy gets it. This guy.
He's like keys. That's
So big shout out to TJ. Big shout out to Uncle Rick. Here's the Uncle Rick. Here's the Keys family.
Sure.
I think we can do one more though. Grandma.
We will do one
Grandma
more.
Irene, we
will
like to
see
call her.
Yeah.
We'll see you tonight that this comes out.
Yeah.
And all the power to you, Grandma. My wife tells me every day that's the toughest old lady she's ever met, and she just cannot believe what you've gone through and everything that you continue to go through, and you just power through. You recovered that broken hip there over the winter. Yeah, so cheers to the Keys family, to Grandma Irene, Uncle Rick.
Absolutely. Cheers to you.